I'm back again. This time it's to rate the members of Got7's best era and worst era, then rank all the eras themselves. Let's start with Jackson. His best era is Eclipse. I'll be honest, Jackson's raps were never my fave, but my goodness, he has gotten so good. I loved his rap in Eclipse, and his last two solos, which have been around the same time, were bops. I also love his brown hair, it makes him look so soft. Got7 seemed to have a lot of fun together this comeback too. It was just beautiful. His worst era is Stop Stop It. I feel like every agace will agree. Even Jackson himself agrees. Nobody likes Stop Stop It. Poor Jackson's hair was awful, and what in the fuck were the dungarees? I am sorry, I just couldn't with them. Whoever cut his hair like that needs to get a new job, because that was just pitiful. Now for my baby Youngji. His best era is Never Ever. Blonde. Youngji was perfection, and nobody can argue against this. As much as I loves You Are and Eclipse Youngji, I'll just never get over Never Ever Youngji, I'm afraid. The vocals, on point. His cheeks, squidgy. His outfits, amazing. We have no choice but to stan. His worst era is I'm Sorry Sweetie, it just wasn't for me, lmao. He didn't really look bad or anything, it just was probs his weakest look overall. Was this the era when he had his titty slip as swell, lmao? I feel like it might have been. I love a lot. She's a queen. But Youngji didn't claim her. Now for Bam Bam. His best era is Fly. Best, y'all weren't expecting that. But Bam Bam looked like royalty this era. I remember the first photo I saw of him was from Fly era with the black hair, and your boy was shooketh. I couldn't believe my eyes. It was like seeing an angel. He was just absolutely stunning. I almost went for Never Ever Again, but in the end I decided that black-haired Bam Bam is too powerful. His worst era is Stop Stop It. Another one that's probably not surprising. I can't lie, Bam Bam's had some awful eras in his time. I was conflicted if Girls or A was worse, but in the end it had to be Stop Stop It. Another terrible cut, the poor baby didn't deserve this. Bam Bam also regrets this era, lmao. I'm sure the entire group probably does, to be fair. Next is Big Booty Jinyoung. His best era is If You Do. My god, the power he emits in this music video. His acting skills shone, to be honest, and I don't normally say that about any idol, lmao. His Everyday Every Night part kills me. Every time. I love it. The dark hair, the dark clothes, the eyeliner. Yes. Come for me, Jinyoung. It was a fat yes from me. His worst era is Girls. Let's be honest, the vocals weren't really shown off in this one, lmao. Jinyoung, the poor boy, was bald. The dance, it a bit cringe, I can't deny. Guilty pleasure is definitely the definition of this song. Jibam drops his fucking emo earring at the beginning, I just can't. Poor Jinyoung deserved a better bop, I mean he really went from bounce to this. It was a glow up, that's true, but only by a tiny bit. Now for Mark. His best era is A. Surprisingly, I've gone for one of their older eras as a best look, lmao. Mark really shocked me watching this. He looked so damn good. He stole the MV, if I'm honest. His rapping wasn't the best though, I have to be honest. Overall he's not my fave rapper at all, but A is one of his better ones. His worst era is once again Stop Stop It. I actually found it the hardest to decide a worst era for Mark because he doesn't really have one. I wasn't expecting this. I went for this one simply because his raps were not great and his hair was probably the worst he had, but wasn't awful. Girls was also a contender because the hair was a bit wild. But honestly I think Stop Stop It was a tad bit worse, lmao. Next, UGM. His best era is You Are. I feel like this will be unpopular. His hair was definitely a risk. It was a very bright mustard, lmao. I didn't think he'd pull it off, but you know what, he looked fucking amazing. I was totally here for it, I don't know why. UGM was actually the first member to catch my attention originally, but I never got into them at that point. It wasn't till later when I saw a photo of Jibam, lmao. But anyway, Mustard Yug is a yes. His worst era is Never Ever. I don't know why, but I just really didn't like this look for him. I didn't think the outfits he wore suited him that much, and I don't think that the black hair looked good. I'm sorry, UGM sweetie. I think it made him look a little old for some reason. It was just a no from me. Finally, my bias. The beautiful Lim Jibam. His best era is You Are. Curly Jibam. We must stan. The outfits were outstanding. The vocals. He outdid every other era. I just love you Jibam. I was tempted by Eclipse and, well basically every era to be honest because when does Jibam not have a good era? Fucking never. And that's the real tea. His worst era is Miracle. So I tolerated the mullet and I even came to enjoy her during Lullaby but by Miracle I knew it was her time to leave. I would say Jibam is the only idol who can pull off the mullet look. All the others are a no except maybe lmao. Now for the overall ranking. In 12th is Stop Stop It. She was terrible lmao. I can't lie. The music video what the fuck? The dance is a crease. The looks we were served were sent back to the kitchen. I just can't with Stop Stop It. I don't hate the song though, but I'm certainly not its number one fan. In 11th is Girls Girls Girls. I don't know what this era was supposed to be but good lord it was a mess. I appreciate it was their debut and stuff but oof it was not for me haha. I have to put it out there what was Jackson's lil ponytail thing he had sticking out of his hat? What was that all about? Can you imagine if Shonu had been a member of Got7 and debuted with this? lmao imagine the scenes. In 10th is A. This is probably a surprise since I praised A quite a lot earlier but as a whole A was not Got7's peak. Their other eras are just so much better I mean very few looks were served but I do love the song a lot. In 9th is Hard Carry. Not my fave song overall. I'll jam if it comes on but I wouldn't necessarily choose to listen to it. She's a bit loud and noisy lol. But I do really love the music video. Maybe not Jackson's rap I'll be honest. But the abs were a yes from me haha. In 8th is Miracle. But of a random one overall I guess. Better for Christmas I suppose. But the music video was really cute and made me yoo-woo. We were given some good looks too. In 7th is Fly. This one hurts me because I love Fly so damn much but the other eras are just so much better overall. I didn't like the bomber jackets and stuff this era. But I do love the song and the content given to us was superior. In 6th is Lullaby. I think this was the first Got7 comeback I witnessed as a proper stan which makes it sound like I haven't stanned for long but it's been over a year now lmao. I stanned them for a while before Lullaby came out. But it has a special place in my heart. The album's full of bops too. In 5th is Just Right. Although Just Right isn't one of my fave songs the era as a whole was beautiful lmao. Everyone was serving some strong looks and the vocals and raps were actually really damn good lol. I love the music video too it's so cute and actually pretty clever lol. In 4th is If You Do. Jibam's chin says hello. I love the song. I love the music video. I love the looks what was wrong with this era? Nothing. Is she perfection? Yes she is. How isn't she first? I don't know lmao they just have so many perfect eras. In 3rd is Never Ever. This was an era that really could have been everyone's best era. I think the only reason she's a tad lower is because the song isn't necessarily my fave. I love it but she's not in my top few Got7 bops you get me. But I do love her of course. In 2nd is Eclipse. I just loved everything about this era. The only thing I didn't like was some of their outfits. I mean there were some dodgy ones flying about nobody can deny that. The song is easily one of my faves. This is my only Got7 album that I actually own too. Every song was a bop. And may I say Lim Jibam looked stunning. Youngji and Jackson too but especially Jibam. In 1st is My Queen You Are. The second I heard her I knew she was my favorite Got7 title track. Nothing can beat her. I love the choreography. It's my fave from Got7. I love all the outfits and I think the songs is so beautiful and emotional. A lot of people don't appreciate You Are for the legend she is. All I have to say to that is, you're deaf. Okay that's all for this one kiddos. I shall see you next time. Cheerio.
I am my father took me to the city.